we'll pick up where we left off. I've won! The sheriff wound his string around a walnut. Mine's solid to the core. Everybody started shouting, "Hurrah for Telly! Hurrah for Telly, the world's champion string saver!" And after the noise had died down, people heard another shout, "I've won!" And then they noticed for the first time that Miss Terwilliger was standing right down in front of the grandstand wearing her dress with the robin's egg blue trim at the neck and sleeves, holding her basket and the parasol to protect her from the autumn sun. The judge puffed down to where Miss Terwilliger was and held up the end of her string and shouted, "I pronounce you the winner of the title of string-saving champion of the world." Then everybody started cheering for Miss Terwilliger. Do you guys catch what happened? So she started out in a blue dress, but by the end of it, she was in a pink dress with blue trim. So what happened?
She used her dress as rope.
She used the dress as part of the string. Then everybody started cheering for Miss Terwilliger. Uncle Ulysses and the sheriff trudged up and congratulated Miss Terwilliger and told her how glad they were that she had won the championship. Everyone could see, though, that they were unhappy about having to wait forever for her to make up her mind, especially Uncle Telly. Practically every woman who was there that day knew how the clever Miss Terwilliger had won the championship. They enjoyed it immensely and laughed among themselves, but they didn't give away the secret because they thought all is fair in love, and besides, a woman ought to be allowed to make up her own mind.
I didn't realize it was just our kids you're reading to.
Yeah.
So.
There might have been a few very observing men who, like Homer, knew how she won, but they didn't say anything either, or maybe they just didn't get around to mention it before Miss Terwilliger finally decided to marry Uncle Telly the following week. It was a grand wedding with the sheriff as best man. Uncle Telemachus and his new wife left for Niagara Falls, while the guests at the reception were still drinking punch and eating wedding cake and donuts, not to mention fried chicken. That was a dandy wedding, said the sheriff to Homer while polishing off a chicken breast. He looked at the wishbone and sighed. Then after a minute he brightened and said, "But they've asked me to dinner every Thursday night." "You know, Homer," said the sheriff with a smile, "they'll be a very happy couple, going through life saving string together." "Yep," said Homer. "I guess they're undisputed champions now." "Yes, you're right, Homer. Nobody'll ever get so much string saved on one ball as they have. Heck, I think I'll start saving paper bags and bottle caps." The end.